What's going on, guys? It's Tom, or Talkton Wrestling, and welcome back to another video. I posted a poll asking what video you want to see next, and you guys voted for the worst of Alexa Bliss in WWE. Now, I know there's been some confusion with the title of the video, so let me clarify some things. First of all, Alexa Bliss is one of my favorite women's wrestlers. The whole point of this video is just to talk about the worst angles, storylines, matches, etc. that she's been a part of, and that is obviously more of a reflection of WWE's booking rather than Alexa Bliss's ability, because we all know how great she is. But anyway, want to get that out of the way because a lot of people are confused. This isn't a hate video in any way, just think it's interesting to take a wrestler as good as Alexa Bliss and look at some of the worst moments of her. Anyway, be sure to check out my Patreon for exclusive content. Also, only a small percentage of you watching these videos are actually subscribed, so if you do end up enjoying this video, be sure to subscribe. It's free and you can always unsubscribe. Anyway, let's go. Also, for these videos, because this is potentially going to be a new series, we are going to start off by talking about some of the best things they've done, just so the video isn't entirely all negative. Also, comment down below which wrestler you want to see me talk about next for this series. So yes, let's start off by briefly talking about some of the best things Alexa has been a part of. First of all, the SmackDown 6 from 2016. In 2016, Alexa Bliss debuted on the main roster on the SmackDown brand, along with a very small women's division of herself, Becky Lynch, Naomi, Natalya, Carmella, and Eva Marie, who eventually left and was replaced by Nikki Bella, and Mickie James would join too. And god, what a fun time this was. They were a small women's division, but almost all the time they were all being utilized and involved in a storyline. Alexa and Becky Lynch especially had an awesome feud that saw Alexa win her first singles title by defeating Becky at TLC in a tables match for the SmackDown Women's title. Her reign was great, and this feud also saw them compete in the first WWE Women's Steel Cage match, so that was awesome. Next up, let me talk about my favourite Alexa Bliss match of all time, that being the 2018 Elimination Chamber. In this match, she defended the Raw Women's title in a chamber against Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Mickie James, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. Alexa Bliss exited her pod last, and by the time she did, only her, Bayley, and Sasha remained. Despite the odds, Alexa managed to eliminate both of them, and the ending bit with her and Sasha especially was so awesome, with Alexa hitting a Twisted Bliss off the top of the pod and hitting a middle rope DDT to retain the title in what was an awesome MVP performance from her. And to top it all off, she cut an awesome promo at the end of the match where she teased a face turn, but in the end it was a bait and switch. Really awesome stuff. And of course, moving forward to modern times, I really enjoyed her team with Nikki Cross. I thought they were very wholesome and just fun to watch. And Alexa, as much as I loved her as a heel, I really liked her as a babyface for the first time on the main roster, and was really cool to see. And I think they very much helped the women's tag division. And finally, the thing to talk about, the stuff she's doing right now with The Fiend is downright incredible. She's killing it, there's nothing else to say. And yeah, so right there, I named some of the best things Alexa has been a part of in WWE, my favourites from her. Other honourable mentions could be her feud with Bayley in NXT, her alliance with Buddy Murphy and Wesley Blake. But anyway, let's talk about some of the worst things she's been a part of. And starting off, I think we knew this one was coming. Her 2017 feud with Bayley. After losing the SmackDown Women's title at Mania 33, Alexa Bliss debuted on Raw as part of the Superstar Shakeup and entered a title feud with Bayley, which saw Alexa Bliss quite surprisingly win the Raw Women's title from Bayley at Payback, becoming the first person to win both the SmackDown and Raw Women's titles. The two would continue feuding, with Alexa Bliss attacking Bayley with a kendo stick on Raw. The feud would show Bayley being reluctant to use a kendo stick, setting up for a kendo stick on a pole match for Extreme Rules. Now in my mind, the match was being set up and the storyline was being built this way so that Bayley could finally show an aggressive side to her and use the kendo stick on Alexa. She didn't have to win the match, but you could make good character progression by having her show an aggressive side. but this did not happen. Hey, sorry guys, just checking in while I'm editing this video through a voice memo on my phone. I somehow completely forgot to mention the Bailey This Is Your Life segment. That was bad. Probably one of the worst segments in recent memory. We go to Extreme Rules. Bailey is the first to get the kendo stick, and she looks like she's going to use it, but she takes too long. Alexa tackles her to the ground, destroys her with the kendo stick, hits her with it multiple times, hits her with a snap DDT, and wins to retain the title in about 5 minutes. And this had to be one of the biggest character assassinations I've ever seen. It just destroyed Bailey. And I genuinely feel like Bailey did not fully recover from this until her SmackDown Women's title reign starting in 2019. The Bailey and Alexa feud, like I said, was really easy to book, but why they decided to have Alexa just destroy Bailey in 5 minutes is beyond me. It was a complete character assassination, and this would lead into Bailey and Alexa supposed to have a match at SummerSlam, but Bailey got injured, and so she was replaced by Sasha Banks, where Sasha beat Alexa for the title at SummerSlam and then lost it 2 weeks later. So maybe Bailey could have won the title back and redeemed herself, but in the end we got Sasha winning it and then losing it 2 weeks later, which was just another example of WWE mistreating Sasha Banks. Finally, let's talk about the circumstances surrounding Alexa Bliss's third Raw Women's title win. At WrestleMania 34, Alexa Bliss lost the Raw Women's title to Nia Jax and then failed to win it at Backlash the next month. At Money in the Bank, Alexa Bliss competed in the Women's Money in the Bank match while Nia Jax defended the title against Ronda Rousey. The Women's Money in the Bank match was awesome and Alexa Bliss won. Now, many people were unhappy with Alexa Bliss winning it, as Alexa was just a champion, maybe she didn't need the briefcase, which is understandable, but personally for me, I was happy with it, because I thought Alexa's character was a perfect fit as the type of character to just carry around the briefcase for months, teasing a cash-in, because surely she wasn't just gonna cash it in immediately, like she just lost the title. Later on in the show, Ronda and Nia were having a genuine banger of a match, but Alexa Bliss would interrupt the match and cash in and win the Raw Women's title for the third time. I love Alexa Bliss, but I did not like this. I just felt like this was not needed, and as I said, Alexa Bliss carrying around the briefcase for months, teasing cash-ins, could have been so great, and we didn't get to see it. Alexa Bliss retained the title against Nia Jax at Extreme Rules in an Extreme Rules match, which I did actually really enjoy, to be fair, but then at SummerSlam, she faced Ronda for the title, and Ronda squashed her and won. So what was the point in her winning the Money in the Bank? She won the Money in the Bank to cash it in the same night, to go back to feuding who she had just lost the title to lose it to the next person who challenged her. I don't get why she had to win the briefcase for this to happen. Yeah, sure, maybe they wanted Ronda to win it off Alexa because Alexa was the bigger wrestler, the bigger superstar, but I couldn't tell you. So overall, the fact that I've only talked about like 2 really bad things that Alexa's been a part of goes to show you that for the most part, Alexa Bliss has had a very solid career in the WWE. And like to clarify here, I don't hate her. She's literally one of my favorite, if not my favorite women's wrestler. Just thought it'd be interesting to look back and see some of the bad she's been a part of. Obviously, like I said, more of a reflection on WWE than Alexa Bliss. But that's it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, smack the like button. Let me know who you want to see this next for. Don't know how my mic sounds because I'm in an entirely different setting right now. Very small room. This is the only opportunity I've had to record this, which is why this video, it's been a week since a video. I should also say Merry Christmas for yesterday at the time I'm uploading this. And yeah, like the video, Twitter, Instagram, podcast, Patreon, all links down below. I'll see you all soon. Goodbye, and keep on rolling.